FBI investigates high-level aide to sheriff. By Mara H. Gottfried, Pioneer Press. Published February 2, 2007 and updated November 14, 2015. Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher said Friday the FBI is investigating a high-level civilian aide in his department. Mark NAYLON, a public information officer and Fletcher's friend, is being investigated for allegations of criminal conduct, the sheriff said. Fletcher declined to detail the allegations. No other county employees were being investigated, he said. NAYLON, 46, didn't return calls Friday. His lawyer, Paul Rogoshevsk, declined to comment. The allegations are ones the FBI is obligated to investigate, Fletcher said. If they prove true, Fletcher said, I would be shocked, but I'll let the investigation run its course. Fletcher hired NAYLON in 1998. NAYLON served as best man at Fletcher's wedding in 2004. Fletcher narrowly defeated former St. Paul Police Chief Bill Finney in November to win another term. The FBI contacted Fletcher about its investigation into NAYLON for the first time Friday and asked for a meeting, the sheriff said. Agents requested documents and access to employees for interviews. Fletcher said his office is cooperating. An FBI spokesman said the agency does not confirm or deny whether an investigation is taking place. The sheriff's office will launch an internal affairs investigation, Fletcher said. NAYLON is on vacation out of state and his employment status with the department didn't change Friday, Fletcher said. Typically, we take the approach that a person is innocent until proven guilty, Fletcher said. When Fletcher hired NAYLON as public information officer, his friend didn't have a background in law enforcement or media relations. He's certainly one of the hardest workers at the sheriff's office, said Fletcher, who added that information from NAYLON's community contacts has led to dozens of felony arrests. NAYLON, who has lobbied for the sheriff's office at the legislature, is hoping to get a part-time peace officer's license and start a career in law enforcement this year, Fletcher said. NAYLON's salary is $64,660. NAYLON's name surfaced in a gambling investigation by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety's Alcohol and Gambling Enforcement Division in 2003. The investigation focused on NAYLON's friend, Michael Ogren, who then owned a bar called Rock in Maplewood. Acting on a tip, investigators raided the bar July 14, 2003, and found people playing blackjack, craps, and roulette. That night, Ogren told investigators he sent gambling proceeds from his annual game nights at the bar to Fletcher's re-election campaign. I think in the past couple of years we can go back. I have the canceled checks from right after this tournament that can substantiate that, Ogren said, according to a transcript of the interview. The next day, Fletcher directed a sheriff's inspector to ask state investigators to interview Ogren about his allegation and investigate further, according to a July 2003 Sheriff's Office memo. According to the same memo, the State Department of Public Safety declined to pursue the allegation. A state investigator there told the Sheriff's Department inspector that investigating the Fletcher allegation doesn't fit the department's job and that it doesn't care where the money goes, according to the memo. On July 16, 2003, the sheriff's inspector interviewed Ogren, who recanted his statement about routing gambling proceeds to Fletcher's campaign. Ogren told the inspector that making the allegation about Fletcher was stupid on my part and a bad case of judgment, according to a transcript of the interview. In the meantime, the Commissioner's Office of the Department of Public Safety reviewed Ogren's allegation and referred it to the FBI, according to Assistant Commissioner Tim Leslie. Leslie said he does not know what became of the referral. In October 2003, the Ramsey County Attorney's Office charged Ogren with gambling, a felony. Ogren did not enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. He agreed to complete 100 hours of community service and, after remaining law-abiding for 1 year, the county attorney's office dropped the charge against him. Ogren did not return a call Friday. NAYLON was deposed in 2005 as part of an unrelated lawsuit against the Sheriff's Department. NAYLON said in the deposition that he was gambling at the Rock Bar the night of the raid, but left before investigators arrived. He was not arrested or charged. They gamble everywhere, NAYLON said when a lawyer questioned him about gambling. Why is it illegal? I don't think gambling's a crime. Ogren now owns the Myth nightclub in Maplewood. Fletcher said NAYLON moonlights for Ogren as security director at Myth.